Motion coming to the near side. And back to throw. Firing to complete. 10-5. Touchdown Gallatin. Bernard Rogan made the grab just across the line of scrimmage and carries it in for the Gallatin score, and the Gallatin Green Wave lead the Blue Devils 6-0 with 6:55 remaining here in the first period.
The motion man took our strong safety from one side of the field to the other, and Gallatin with a nice play call. They ran the play fake. The fullback Rogan slipped into the flat where the strong safety had been. He's locked up man-to-man with a linebacker, and they flip it in there for the completion. John, you've got the call of the PAT.
Jay Kelly in to attempt the point after. Michael Hill will handle the long snap from center. The snap is back. It's a fake. Hill rose to his left. It's going to be a run all the way, and Tommy, he's going to be stopped short. No good. They knocked him right out of bounds. That was number 5, Jeremy Rich for the Blue Devils, nullifying the two-point conversion. So with 6:55 to go in the first quarter, the Green Wave jumps on top 6-0.
I'm Kathy Wright, a varsity football cheerleader here with Dan Bell of TRW. We would like to thank him for his support of Lebanon High football and would like to present him with this Blue Devil souvenir.
TRW and its many employees would like to wish the Blue Devils the best for the 1996 season.
Go, Devils, go!
And Lebanon again sends McCarver, the freshman, at his 7-yard line. And here's Gallatin's kick, a long, low driving shot. McCarver going to field it and fall at... As a matter of fact, he slid in for the catch and caught it at the 8-yard line, and Lebanon again with another big mistake down there. And the Blue Devils are in the hole once again.
Well, it's like Tim Raines playing that ball in the outfield the other night. He wanted to make sure it didn't get through him, but in football, it's kind of a different story. Terry, what about that scoring drive for Gallatin?
Tommy, it takes them 6 plays. They go 31 yards. They score on a 14-yard pass. Bernard Rogan from Brian Adams. The two-point conversion run failed, so it's 6-0 Gallatin.
Lebanon, handoff to Reeves, the fullback. Got a little hole. He's at the 10 to the 15. Makes the 20-yard line. Brian Reeves picks up the Lebanon first down with a 12-yard run out to the 20-yard line.
Nice job on the trap play as Lebanon came back against the grain with Brian Reeves, the junior fullback, and a nice run from scrimmage, Terry Stafford.
Tommy from the 8 out to the 20, so Lebanon with a little breathing room and a first down.
Reeves, the fullback, rips off 12 up the middle, and it's 1st and 10 Blue Devils at their own 20-yard line. Double wideouts left and right for the Blue Devil offense. And the handoff to Greer, and they're all over Greer. Nowhere to go as barreling in there was big number 67. And that belongs to Brian Spears, and he was all over Matt Greer as soon as he got the football.
Gallatin up front, not as big defensively as they are offensively. They go for speed and quickness up front. Their tackles 190 and 200, nose man at 198. They're hoping to get penetration and mess up what you're trying to do in the backfield.
Loss of 3, 2nd down, 13 for the Blue Devils. Hankins to the near side. Pitt wants to throw, and they've got him back inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Gallatin all over Pitt. Chris Odom, the linebacker, was one in there, but there was a couple more white shirts on the play.
The play action did not hold those linebackers, and Gallatin just barreling through Lebanon's offensive front to sack Damon. So Lebanon's got a long way to go for first down yardage. Terry, what's your take on that?
Tommy, that was a loss of 4 there, so it's going to be a 3rd down and about 18 now.
Double wideouts left side for the Blue Devils. Pitt wants to throw, needs a little protection and don't get any, and they get him again at the 5-yard line. Just absolutely no protection for Pitt. As barreling through there is big number 84. Making the tackle is the tackle. Bobby Jackson, a 6', 200-pound junior, all over Pitt by the time he got turned around to look downfield.
And they came on the stun as well from the backside to Bernard Rogan came on the blitz, and Damon never really had a chance to get going. Michael Hill deep to return the punt for Gallatin.
And Pitt to kick again from his own end zone. Here's the snap. Gallatin coming after it. Pitt gets it out of there. A knuckleball, but it's going to be taken by Hill at the 38. He's up the middle to the 35, inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line is Hill. And Gallatin again in business at the Lebanon 26. What field position this Wave team has had here in the first half.
Terry, they've taken advantage of the field position with the kicking game.
You're right, Tommy. Once again, this time Damon having to kick from the 7. He gets it out to the 38, so the kick's good for 31. Hill returns it 8 yards to the 26. So once again, Gallatin with excellent field position.
And here comes the Wave, leading 6-0 with 4:32 to play here in the opening period. Gallatin on top of Lebanon, and they give it to the tailback Garrett, and Garrett will blast over the 25, down over the 24 to the 23. Tay Garrett on the carry. Lebanon will knock him down after a gain of about 4, and it'll be 2nd down 6 for Gallatin at the Lebanon 23-yard line. 22-yard line is where they put the ball down.
Nice job by Jeremy Stafford and Doug Whitefield on the second man through. They faked the fullback on the belly play and come down the line one hole beyond where they start the play, and we had a couple of guys there locking him up.
Garrett out, Barr in at tailback as they switch those tailbacks, trying to keep them fresh. Man in motion coming to the near side. And they hand it to the tailback Barr. Barr's hit at the 15, breaks a 20, breaks a tackle, goes to the 15 to the 14-yard line and picks up the Gallatin first down.
Stafford on the tackle for Lebanon as he was drug a couple of yards and was just a little slow getting up, as Lebanon had to put 3 or 4 blue jerseys on that Gallatin back to finally get him on the ground.
1st and 10 Gallatin at the Lebanon 14. Gallatin leading 6-0, and the Green Wave wanting more. Here's the handoff. Loose football. Lebanon's got it. Blue Devils, I think, came up with it at the 15. And what a break for the Blue Devils. Somebody really popped Barr, and that ball shot straight up in the air and came down in the arms of a Blue Devil down there.
Daniel Johnson got the recovery, picked it up in midair. John, do you know who made the big hit?
Tried Titus Kelly one time, Tom, who comes from the other side of the field, reads the play, comes in hard from his cornerback position, and nails the tailback in the backfield, and that ball popped out there like a rocket ship.
Lebanon got it at the 15, and the Blue Devils need to move. They have not been able to move the football at all so far against this Gallatin defense. Wideouts left and right with a lone setback, and they give it to the fullback, and here comes Reeves over the 15 out to about the 18-yard line. Going to pick up about 3 yards on the carry. And we'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 for Lebanon. Football at the 18-yard line.
Reeves out of the game and into the game at tailback McCarver. So Lebanon maybe going with the one-back look here, and McCarver will be that one back.
McCarver is the setback. Hankins left, Rudd right. Blue Devils looking at a 2nd and 6. And a throw. Swing it out to McCarver, and he's going to be hit and dropped back at the 15-yard line, and there's a late hit and no flag. They'll give him the 16, and Lebanon's offense really looks molasses slow here tonight, Tommy. What?
Well, it looked like that McCarver had some running room if he could have picked up that block, John.
That's right, Tommy. Adam Pitt was supposed to get that cornerback taken care of. Initially, he made a good lick on him, but he didn't stay with him. Therefore, the tackle was made behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down 9 for the Blue Devils, and need a big pickup here. A little time for Pitt. Throwing far side. Hankins overthrows him by a yard up at the 33-yard line. They had him open, and Pitt just overthrew him by about a yard, yard and a half. And again, the Blue Devils are going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. And they got a big break then because Gallatin fumbled the football at the 15 when they were driving for another score.
Lebanon had Hankins open on the curl and go, had him beyond the stick for 1st down yardage, and Damon just a little strong with that pass. Pitt will kick it away. Hill to return for Gallatin.
Pitt stands at his 3. And here is the kick. Long, high spiral. Going to be taken at the 49. Turning upfield. Hit and dropped as he crosses the 45 down to the 41-yard line. So Lebanon, or Gallatin rather, will have the football at the Lebanon 41, which is the worst field position they've had tonight.
Dustin Robertson with the tackle. Terry, what about that kick?
Tommy, the kick by Pitt, good for 33 yards. Back to the Lebanon 49. Hill returned it 8 yards, so Gallatin taking over at the Lebanon 41.
And here come the Green Wave. Boy, they've played this entire quarter in Lebanon territory. Adams, quarterback underneath. Hands off to his fullback, and the fullback going to slide outside. Lebanon playing it well, and they're going to knock it down after he gains about a yard. Good job, Lebanon. Was that the fullback or was that Barr? That was the fullback. It's 43. D. Marshall.
D. Marshall. They run several guys in there at fullback, and Lebanon did a good job of playing the trap. Joe Preer came up from the corner and helped out on that play, and Lebanon had good pursuit as we tracked down that fullback.
Second down, 9. Gallatin splits Charlie Brooks wide to the short side of the field. Looking at a 2nd and 9, and they bring the man in motion coming to the near side, Chaz Pope, and back to throw is Adams. Adams throwing long for Brooks. He's open, but it's, well, a horrible throw. That one went way out on the track. He not only overthrew him, that ball was wide to the right and hits on the Lebanon track. So it'll be 3rd down now, 9. So the Blue Devil defense got a chance to shine here, Tommy Bryant.
Well, they do, and Joe Preer with a good job of man coverage out there on Brooks.
He was covered well. The throw was terrible anyway, so it wasn't going to be a completion, no doubt. But he stood with him and hung in there and stayed close with him.
Tay Garrett is out at tailback. Brooks again split wide to the right, and again Pope in motion coming to the near side. And back to throw, firing long over the middle. He's got him at the 30, to the 25, all the way down to the 21, 22-yard line. And that was the tight end, Clay Cooper, who came out of there, and nobody picked him up, and he hit him just right over the line at the 35, and he carries it all the way down to the 21 or the 22.
That's what Gallatin does with you. They pound those big backs in there, pound them, and then the play fake the fullback, and they turn back and just lob the hot pass to the tight end for 1st down yardage.
Gallatin now with a 1st and 10 at the Lebanon 22. Again, Pope in motion to the near side. And Brooks with a pitch back to his tailback, Barr. Barr's got a little room, shoots over the 15, crosses the 12, down to near the 10-yard line. I think it'll give him the 11 and no more. But it'll be another 1st down. 1st and 10, Gallatin at the Lebanon 11. 23 seconds remaining here in the opening period.
Technically, Gallatin could get a 1st down without scoring. They come with the option play. Adams comes down the line and makes a good pitch to Barr, who picks up good yardage.
Gallatin now puts double wideouts to the short side of the field to the far side. And Adams calls, hands off to his big fullback, Rogan, and Rogan blasts over the 10. And again, make it D. Marshall rather than Rogan. 43 rather than 23, and the quarter will end. At the end of the 1st period, it's Lebanon 6, or rather Gallatin 6, Lebanon nothing. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Hi, I'm Rachel Johnson, a varsity football cheerleader, here with Damon Dawson of K.O. Lester, to thank him for his support of Lebanon High football and to present him with this souvenir of Blue Devils.
Thank you. The Kenneth O. Lester Company and its employees are a proud sponsor of 1996 Lebanon High School football.
Harry Stafford, John Bryant down on the field. Lebanon and Gallatin locked up in a Region 4 5A contest. The Blue Devils trail Gallatin by a score of 6-0 as we head for the 2nd quarter of action. Lebanon will close out the season next week at home with a game against Murfreesboro, Oakland. Gallatin will close out the season next week at home. They've got a homecoming game against Coffee County. Gallatin, all they need to do to be the number 2 team in the region is to win out, and that's their goal here tonight. Gallatin comes out into power I offense, 2 fullbacks.
All right. Gallatin will set him down there at the Lebanon 8-yard line with a 2nd down and 8 to go. And they give it to Tay Garrett, the tailback, and Garrett is hit at the 6 and dives inside the 5, and I think they're going to give him the 4. Let's see just exactly where they're going to spot it. They will spot it at the 4, and it will be 3rd down and 3 for Gallatin at the Lebanon 4-yard line. They can pick up the 1st down at the 1. Tay Garrett, the tailback, on the carry. Gallatin leading 6-0 and knocking on the Blue Devil door once again. Lebanon has not been out of the shadow of their own goalpost all night. Pitch back is to Garrett, and Garrett fights and drives, and he's stopped at the half-yard line, but he does pick up the 1st down. So it'll be 1st and goal from the half-yard line, and Lebanon's got a linebacker down, and I think that may be Mark Lucas, and it is, and Lucas will come out.
play by Jeremy